Hello class, this is Dr. Paz and I wanted to create this video for you because several of you have had some questions as to the project. So as you can see, I am in our course and I am in week 10. And as you can see here, we have the assignment Dropbox, but what you will need is right here, the project 3, the comparative financial analysis project, and then the company spreadsheet. And don't forget to download the rubric as well. So I have done that. And here you will see our project, right? And so as you go through the project, you will also see, let me open up the spreadsheet, which has all of the companies. So what I have done is just taken this project and I'm just going to move this to one side. And then I'm going to show you the spreadsheet, what I've created, and then show you some examples of what I have that can hopefully help you get started. So first and foremost, you have to make your selection of the companies and keep in mind that each student has to have their own company. So several of you have done that already, which is fabulous, and have told me. Then the key is you're going to pretty much be performing horizontal and vertical analysis. And in addition, you're going to perform ratio analysis. And then the last piece is you're putting it all together. So I think really everything starts in step 4. So what I've done here is just create those tabs. So you'll see whatever your first company is, whatever your second company is, then you're going to have a tab for industry averages. Then you're going to have a tab for horizontal analysis, a tab for vertical analysis, and then you're going to have ratio analysis, and then you're going to have ratio. I just called this ratio industry averages because you can do those as well. And then your summary, which would be your side-by-side comparison. So I would recommend that you enter the information for Corporation A here, and then the information for Corporation B here, and then link back. Your industry averages can come from Yahoo Finance, they can come from Dun & Bradstreet, they can come from Standard & Poor's. Just make sure you have a source. And then I would do your horizontal and vertical analysis according to the basically linking it back to those sheets. So what I want to do here is show you that I have a analysis that I've done. It's not on any of the companies here. So basically this was just my ratio analysis. So here are some ratios that you can use. And so these are just some of the ones that I've done for other companies. And so here you see the current, the quick ratio, the asset ratio, and the cash ratio. And then for profitability, you see I have net profit margin. So these are just some ideas of ratios to hopefully help you. And then you can see you would have company A, company B, and your differences. So this would be some way of a format of how you can use to set up your ratios. I also have operating efficiency ratios here as total asset turnover and fixed asset turnover, and you'll see again the two companies. And then I have return on investment, which is a return on equity. I have valuation ratios such as earnings per share, PE, earnings per share growth, dividend, yield. And then I have ratio solvency, debt to equity, interest coverage ratio. So those are just some of the ratios that I've completed. Then here comes the horizontal analysis. And if you'll note, it's across the board. And so here you'll see that you're just going to take every item and it's just going to analyze it across several years. So that's what a horizontal analysis is. So this is an income statement and you'll see you have the amounts and then you'll have the differences for each. And that's all a horizontal analysis is. And then same thing, here I'm doing horizontal trend analysis, but then if you go to the vertical analysis, the issue here is you're looking at everything from this perspective for 1 year. So in terms of the income statement, that would be that your net revenue or your net sales are going to be 100%. And then for your balance sheet, it would be total assets would be your 100%. So this is just an example that I created for 2 different companies. So basically you can see how that works. And then the same thing for your horizontal analysis. Basically, we're just looking at everything across the board. So I would ask you to format your numbers. I just did this quick and dirty, and so none of my numbers are formatted. So I would definitely tell you to do that. But that's pretty much what you're including up until here. I also wanted to show you that on my web page, and I'll add these links into our class, you'll see here under intermediate accounting. So if you go to courses and if you go to intermediate accounting right here, this page will pop up. And basically here you'll see some profitability ratios. So if you access this lesson, you'll see several profitability ratios that I created in this way. And then you can make this bigger right up here, and that would take the screen, and then you'll see just all the profitability ratios that I have done here. So, and then you can just scroll and you'll see each of those. And so that's one way to do this. And so, or you can just access it right here and just keep scrolling down if that's okay with you. But you'll see several of the ratios that I'm discussing here. And I have a little introduction to ratio analysis here that might help you. Additionally, I have a corporate finance class. If you go to courses and if you go to MBA Corporate Finance, if you click on that course, then you'll see here financial statement analysis. And I'll add these in our course as well. And then here you'll see I have quite a few, just a bit about the balance sheet and the income statement, but I do have here several ratios that you might be willing to use. So here's all the formulas for that. So I've showed you these ratios here let me go back to that sheet here and all of these various ratio analysis that I've done here. And so now you'll see the formulas here. So I'm hoping that that will help you as well. And then here's your debt to equity ratio, the PE ratio. So I have this information out there on my website, and hopefully you'll find that useful. And then I have some videos here just about financial statement analysis, so they might help you. And I'm going to post these in our discussion board. But basically, for those of you that had questions, hopefully you'll have your company selected, and then you'll make all of these tabs down here. And then hopefully now, by looking at this particular example in this video, you'll see all the ratios pretty much that I've created. And I've kind of done. And then here you'll see the annual horizontal, remember, is just this long way. So this is where we're analyzing net revenue altogether, or we're analyzing cost of goods sold for various years. And just keep in mind that vertical analysis, you need to have 100% somewhere. And so that would be for the net revenue. And if we're doing a vertical common size financials for the balance sheet, that 100% would be on total assets. So I hope this really helps everybody and kind of gets everyone started. Thanks.